Welcome to New Stripe City, a YouTube channel for diehard Bengals fans. I'm your host, Ace Boogie, joined by my co-host, the Coach. Coach, say what's up.
What up, everybody? What's good?
This is something y'all been waiting for a while, right? Penei Sewell, the offensive tackle out of Oregon. You guys have been following along with us. We've been going through all different kind of prospects. Rashawn Slater, all of these guys that you probably have seen us talk about on this channel. So please be sure to check those out. If you're new here, please be sure to subscribe, like, and check out the content. This is a new segment that we started probably about 6 months ago. It's got a lot of traction. Now we're in draft season, but I'm not going to hold y'all back from anything. But the first thing that you got to do is subscribe to Coach's gaming channel. If you like Call of Duty, you like anything like that, subscribe to that channel. It's Delta Kilo 101. He also has a Twitch channel. It's the same name, Delta Kilo 101. If you like any kind of Call of Duty and stuff like that, be sure to do that. I also have my own Twitch channel, New Stripe City. I do all kind of things. If you want to see Penei on the Bengals, you can follow me on Twitch as well. But we'll go ahead and get into it. So the first game we got here.
If you're into Marvel Cinematic Universe, Star Wars, DC, any type of media content, make sure you go check out our other page, The Content Blurs.
Definitely. We got that going as well. If you're following me on Twitter, I tweeted a link out where we kind of did some reviews of some of the new Marvel Cinematic Universe stuff. So please be sure to check that out. But we got the first film session here, and the first game is going to be USC, so we're going to take a look at that game, and then we also have Colorado. So if it were up to me, I would want to pick like the Wisconsin tape, but as you guys know, all 22 is somewhat limited, so we're going off of what we have, and so these were some of the tapes that we had, so we're going to go through the USC film first. So let me go ahead and get this started. All right. So that started off with a bang a little bit. Let me go ahead and get rearranged here. All right. So it looks like Penei is over there.
What's his number?
Number 58. So this is him at left tackle.
Okay, that's what I thought. I don't know why I was looking at 55.
All right. So that's him.
Okay.
Dude's literally not doing much of anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Takes on two guys there. You know, Justin Herbert was, I believe, his quarterback at this point. So he's taking on a safety there, comes off of the safety, comes right to the defensive end. That guy doesn't stand a chance. Unfortunately, not a great thrown ball there. All right. Pretty aggressive there. You can see that strength. He's 6'6", 330 pounds. So you see him there with his hands, moves him out of the way. Okay. All right, comes over here.
Run blocking.
Nice play there.
Yeah.
So from what I've heard, they say that this dude is a generational tackle. And the thing that jumps off of the film to me is his athleticism, how fast he's moving, his burst. All right, boom. Ooh. Yeah, I like to see, bro. That's what – come on, man. Come on, man. If that's how we starting it off, come on, man.
And he made the tackle. Pancake somebody and got the tackle.
Come on, man.
Look, and he made the tackle.
Look at that. Look, come on.
And
come
made
here.
the tackle.
Come here. Come here. Like this is come on, man. This is what you want to see. Now that one, all right.
No, run that back. That wasn't his fault.
Let's run that back. All right. So let me pause here. I'm sorry. I'm getting kind of excited from what we just saw right there. All right. So this one. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That's not his fault. Yeah, that's not his fault.
What do you think was supposed to happen on that play?
Well, it was a screenplay, and the receiver just didn't block. Like the receiver just didn't block. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean,
okay. All right, we got another one here. Takes on this guy.
Yeah.
Keeps him out. Keeps the pocket clean. Throws it away. All right, come here. Yep. All right. And so he's supposed to be far and well, I'm not going to say far and away because there has been some guys recently saying that there's some other guys that could be up there. But for me, it's just a different type of tenacity. I think like when I see him take on people, it's like, all right, nah, like you're not getting in here. He's not scared. He's not scared at all. Like I would say Slater is more so smart. This dude is just
they're both NFL ready. The thing
Right.
is that Sewell is just looks to be a little more tenacious in run blocking. See that how he attacks his man.
Yeah.
And they're both NFL ready. I don't think you can go wrong with either one, but like you said, you have an issue.
Now that here's an issue right here. Let's come back here. So here we go.
And that's what I was going to say. And that's what I was going to say.
Leg right there.
I was going to say before that, like the difference I'm seeing is that it looked like he has a little trouble with power rushers, with power rushers, and look, somebody used a power move on him and got to the QB.
That was a negative play. Yeah. I had to give that was a negative play there. All right. That doesn't seem like that was anything on him. That was up the middle, it seemed like.
But speed rushers, he's dominating them, no problem.
Okay. Ooh, he kind of threw him back a little bit.
That's because his base was off. It wasn't more so like he just like manhandling. His base was off.
So that sounds like when I box, which is one of the hobbies of mine, like if you don't have the right balance with your footwork, you can get knocked out balance pretty easily. So you're saying that's what that was there?
Yeah, because you got to have your feet under you. Like when just like you said in boxing, football, like you got to have your feet under you, and if your weight is off and not under your feet, like mostly your top heavy weight, somebody throw you off balance like it's nothing.
Right. That dude just got murdered.
Dang, Herbert, you ain't have to do your receiver like that.
Right.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Another run blocking play. Flag on the play. I'm not sure who that was on. So let's take a look at it.
It wasn't on him. His man was taking out the play, essentially.
All right. Okay. Holding this block there. It's the actual other way. So, okay.
Like I said,
so far, what are you thinking of Penei right now? Like, what's going through your mind right now in terms of what you've seen so far?
I'm seeing the same things I'm seeing with Slater. Just like you said, you just got the size difference, but more tenacity in the run game. Both are good at containing speed rushers for sure, and that's what we're gonna have to deal with.
Right. So I'm going to say I feel like they're different in terms of I actually think that Slater is smarter and maybe more technically sound. But I think Penei is more athletic.
Yeah, I agree. Slater is definitely more technically sound. Both are NFL ready, though.
After it, bro.
Yes,
Both NFL ready. It's two different styles. It's like one style I would say is, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful here by saying this, one style is AFC East and one style is AFC North. That's what I'm going to say. Like AFC East, a little bit more finesse. And the other guy that I'm saying is more.
I wouldn't say that. I would say more so like NFC West.
NFC West. Hey, NFC West, they still get it cracking though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's why Slater is NFC West material for sure.
Okay. I say if the Seahawks is more finesse, or you think he's more power?
No. He's just technically sound. That's all it is. It's just he has some measurables, but he uses his field awareness and technique to his advantage. Sewell's just out footballing people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Like Sewell is like I'm not saying Slater isn't a football player, but he's like, let's get it cracking. Like sometimes that can be a negative thing, right? Because you may not. Now that was some good technique there, but sometimes that can cause your technique to slip a little bit. And it's funny that I brought up the boxing analogy because you can do the same thing in boxing, where if you get so frustrated and you're trying to throw all of these punches and stuff like that, it'll mess up your technique, and you'll end up at a place. You end up blowing assignments and stuff like that. So he's going after him, but he missed him right there. He went to the second level. That's where what I've seen a lot in Twitter clips is him attacking that second level. I haven't seen much of it in this game so far. So that's what I'm looking for from him is, how he gets to that
to the
second
level. Right.
All right,
Because Rashawn Slater was definitely getting to the second level.
Exactly. Slater was getting to the second level for sure. Okay. All right. So another pancake on the guy. Yeah. The other guys aren't doing their job. So
yeah, running back should need to be taken out the game after that. Look at that. Look at that weak block. Look at that.
Yeah, that was a super weak block. And then the other right tackle lets his guy through.
You would never see the field for the rest of the day, that type of block.
All right. Look at this. Now that looked like it was something there. I don't know if that play was busted. Look at how he hits this guy. He takes off.
He wants him to do that. Yeah, he wanted him to do that.
Okay.
He was trying to get to the second level. So he let him go and try to get to the second level, but couldn't quite get there though.
Gets a block there. Wide receiver. I think that was a touchdown. So gets him. Gives him a little chip there.
Ooh. Now, if that would have been a 7-step drop, that might have been an ugly play there.
Right. All right. Running backs going the other way. Not much there. Let me see. Let me cut the speed back up. Put it down to 0.75, but let's go back to normal speed.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, there he is. He got to the second level.
Second level.
His guy did not make the tackle, but Justin Herbert made a heart play.
Boom. Boom. That's what I'm saying. Like, I need those. I need those.
Yeah, sometimes you don't have to always get completely square. You just gotta.
He missed
gotta
on
get
that.
a body. You gotta get a body on somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So check out this play. It looks like he misses his guy. Misses him right there.
Well, in a sense, because if it was because it's a quick throw, he didn't necessarily miss him. But in the NFL,
he did.
In the NFL though, that could have easily been a smack on your quarterback, and that's what we're trying to avoid. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right. Let's take another look. All right. I mean, he looks as advertised to me. I mean, this is just the USC game. I'm noticing, this is where I want to see him like running space. Didn't give all of the effort on that play. So he gets that dude.
Look. There you go. See, you just got to get in the way sometimes. Sometimes you just got to get in the way. Like,
right. Just that little game.
Don't give me no free throw to anybody.
You see how he pushed dude back?
Yeah.
He drove him back. He literally drove him back like 5 yards. All right. See, he got that nasty in him. All right. See, that's AFC North, man. That's AFC North. Like when you watch the Browns offensive line from this past season, that's what stuck out on the film to me. Like they were
just tenacious.
Attacking. It's like
tenacious on the offensive line.
Right. All right. Driving, push them out.
Right.
I mean, I feel like this is as advertised. Maybe I don't know if I'm buying it. Does it seem like he was overrated, underrated?
No, he's not overrated. No, I don't see any overrated. He's gonna have some things he's gonna have to work on, but he's definitely NFL ready.
Right. NFL ready. He's someone that can be coached to fix some of those technique issues. I mean, I can't really speak on the technique because I had to talk to Willie Anderson and see what he thinks about hand placement and stuff like that. I'm not seeing guys like really get touched like that though. See
that was a good play right there because he immediately recognized that the guy on the edge wasn't coming, step back inside, to make the block.
I wonder if he's athletic enough to like catch passes and stuff. Like, could you use him in the red zone? As we kind of saw, like with some of what Tampa Bay did with trying to get that lineman a touchdown. Is he like that? Ooh, bro.
Well, we'll see when the combine comes around,
bro.
Dude,
that might have been illegal in the league, but that was still kind of.
Nah, he fell. Dude fell. They wouldn't have called that. He fell.
Boom. All right. Looks like dude got hurt on that play. All right. Perfect. Is that a touchdown? I think that was a touchdown.
If we take him, let's hope he is another Anthony Munoz.
Right. I don't think that there's a tackle that I've been more excited to take other than Penei.
Yeah.
Like I can see that there's
I ain't gonna lie. I was excited about Andre Smith. I'm not gonna sit here and lie like I wasn't. But Away, no. Jonah Williams, no.
What do you think about this play right here? Now watch this.
Oh, yeah.
He comes off and makes the tackle though.
I mean, but that was just a good block shed by that player. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have that. You know what I mean? But he got to the second level. He got to his man. But now right there, that's not good. Yeah.
That's on him.
He's got his technique. And that's what I'm saying. I didn't see a lot of that from Slater. You know what I mean?
Right. So, yes, he does make some mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
But look at him. He
don't give up on the play.
Don't give up. I messed up, but I'm not gonna give up. And because he doesn't give up on that play, they're able to.
That was a good block. He got to the second level on the linebacker there.
I mean, but these mistakes that you're seeing, are they that bad to the point where it's like, oh, I'm concerned about him in the NFL?
No.
I don't think so.
These mistakes are easily, correctable, especially when you don't have to worry about school. You don't have to worry about where your next meal is coming from. When you can just focus on football, he can correct that.
Now, we say all of this. Now, we've seen the mistakes or whatever. He's only given up, I think, one pressure, they said, or something like that in his whole career there.
Two pressures.
Yeah. So, I mean,
two pressures.
The other thing to keep in mind is everybody says, this is a Pac-12. They don't have strong edge rushers. A lot of people forget that in the 2022 draft, the number one edge rusher of that class.
I wouldn't say that. They don't play defense because of the way a lot of the teams run spread offenses. They spread you out, and it's just hard to guard that when you playing like that.
That's flawed logic because the dude that's the number one edge rusher of just the NFL in general 2022 class is his teammate. A
lot of good edge rushers come out of the Pac-12. That's why I feel like if you're talking edge rushers, he's probably seeing some of the fastest edge rushers you're gonna see in the college football.
Especially with you being on the West Coast. Like, yeah, he's not in the SEC, but he's on the West Coast. So those guys, if they're recruiting from those areas, we talking about California and stuff like that, they're going to have some athletic guys at least over there.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
My point still stands. Like, the guy that's supposed to be the number one edge coming out of not this year, but next year was on his team. So he literally practiced against that guy day in and day out. And all I have to say is if you're questioning that, just look up a 2022 mock draft right now. You will see that his teammate is literally like going in like the top 5 to top 10 right now. Now, obviously that could change, but he's still a guy that has been heavily recruited. And I even talked to Javen about this. He was heavily recruited. He was like a top 5 player in the country. He had to block this guy day in, day out. So we talk about that. There's also the Wisconsin film. He had to block Zach Bond. He's blocked guys. Like, there's a narrative that he hasn't had to block too many guys, but when you really peel it back and look at it, he has blocked some guys. All right. And he shut them down. So now, does that mean that, we saw plays where he was supposed to get a guy and that guy makes a tackle? I don't know. They may not show up as a sack in that game. And then he also went against Auburn and he shut down the kid that just got drafted in the second round by the Atlanta Falcons. I think his name is Marlon Davidson. He also shut down the kid that was drafted by the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, he was an inside tackle, but they did at one point put him over Penei, and Penei was able to hold his own. And I was looking more so from that aspect of a bull rush or something like that. Would he be able to knock him off of his pivot or his square? And he wasn't able to do that. So I think the dude has definitely seen edge rushers and guys that are quality NFL talented linemen. So I'm not even seeing him in on this play. Is he out?
No, he was just there.
I'm seeing like a 70 something. Like that's not. He's number 58. So I don't know if he got hurt in this game or what happened. Yeah, I'm not seeing him. He's not out there.
Oh no, these are backups, bro.
Yeah, this is backup.
These
So
are backups. Yeah,
this is done. That game must have been over.
Yeah, those are backups, bro.
We got the Colorado film here. So we're gonna pull that up. We got Penei over here at the left tackle. So let's get this started. Yeah, because I'm like, that's not him anymore. They must have blown them out.
I don't see any wide out in this draft that should be taken at number 5 for us.
All right. So we got Penei right here. All right. Setting up for the screen pass. Did what he was supposed to do.
It's not showing on my end.
You're not seeing it? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's my bad. We got some technical issues. It's because I wasn't sharing the right tab, so that's on me. All right. So let's get this going. I'll start it back over. You guys didn't get to see that. This is where we're at. This is Penei over here. It's going to be a screen pass to the wide receiver. At least I thought it was. I didn't start it all the way over. Hold on. All right. Definitely was a run. All right. maybe I started it a little earlier. I think this may be the screen pass here. All right. Yep. There's a screen pass to receiver. I mean, he just stepped back. I mean, it was a quick pass, so
yeah,
not much to really judge him on off of that. 1st and 10 here.
Is he playing inside now?
Nah, he's right here. That's him taking on 94. From what I saw, it looked like he got a good block on him. So this is him right here.
Okay.
Tight end right there next to him. Uh-oh. Fumble.
Okay, yeah.
Herbert was able to recover that. So let me ask you this. I don't know if we want to get into the halfway of this because we only watched one game, right? Based off of that game, who's better between him and Slater? We both know that they're both NFL rated. If you were making the pick, who are you taking?
At 5, man, that's a hard one. This is why I wouldn't want to be a GM. No, I'm kidding. I would take.
You can say whoever you want.
I would take Sewell. Like you said, 6'6", 330. Look at that. Yeah, like some of the blocks I see from him are just, angry blocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I want somebody that's gonna play. And I'm not saying Slater can't play angry.
Yeah,
it's just clear that Penei clearly plays angry
now. And my thing is like, say you're the GM, I'm the coach, and you like, bro, I think we should take Slater.
Right.
I have no problem with that. But if you say let's take Penei, I don't have a problem with that. You know what I mean?
This is the analogy I'm gonna give.
Yeah.
Slater to me is like Tim Duncan. Very skilled, very smart, can bang in the post when he wants to.
Yeah.
Penei is Shaq. Like, just that's how he plays. His game isn't as polished. It's a lot of dunks. It's a lot of like in the post, but it's not as refined and not as clean as Tim Duncan. But for me, I gotta have that aggressiveness in the AFC North. When we first talked about Patrick Surtain, the second, it wasn't that he was a bad player.
He just that you talking somebody who's just a loafer. He clearly has technical skills, a field awareness, but like
he shied away from the contact.
That's a lot of that. Yeah, and he's just
I don't like him for our division. I love him for another division where you can have a finesse player.
Yeah.
It's the exact opposite for me with Penei.
Yeah.
He fits like this. Looks like somebody that should be playing in the AFC North.
Yeah. Like this is my thing. This is what I would say. Say we had 2 first rounders, right?
Right.
If we could get both of them, I would do it.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, if we could get both of them, I would do it.
Like if you could get both of them, the line would be set.
Yeah.
And but I get what you're saying. Like you can't really go wrong. So when it's that close, you have to start looking at other things that separate them. And when you talk about athleticism, you talk about the size. There's a clear difference there. Now, I think if you're talking about technique, blocking skill wise, I'd almost argue Penei may be a better run blocker from what I've seen.
Oh yeah, for sure. Just from what I've seen, but it's based off of also the blocking scheme too.
It's definitely the better pass blocker. If I had to, if you put a gun to my head and said who is the better pass blocker between them, for me it's Slater.
Yeah.
Run blocker put me in the same situation. I'm gonna say Penei.
Yeah. For sure.
But you talk about technique, I'm probably favoring Slater slightly.
And we are nitpicking here. Like, and
we're really
nitpicking. We are nitpicking right here.
We're really nitpicking.
Yeah. Because that's what it's going to come down to.
I'd be comfortable with taking either one. I just feel like Penei, like Slater, you don't really have to coach. I think he already is technically sound. I think Penei, he's got the raw ability. Like, he's already got the raw power and athleticism. But you could take him to a whole other level if you get the right coach. If you put Slater's technique in Penei's body, it's insane. It's almost like LeBron and like Kobe, right? If you put Kobe's IQ and his moves with LeBron, that would just be the GOAT, hand down. Some people are still gonna say Bron's the GOAT, so don't get that twisted. But that still doesn't take away from LeBron, right? That doesn't take away from his physical. What makes him LeBron is like the physicality, the athleticism. That's what you see with Penei. So if you get him with the right coach, Frank Pollard, I can see why people would say, all right, this dude has potential to be future Hall of Famer if he gets the right coaching. If he doesn't get the right coaching, though, he's probably not going to be as good as Slater as a pro. I guess I could comfortably say that.
I think he has a good enough talent where he will still be.
So even if he didn't change his technique at all, you still say just based off of his athleticism, he could.
Well, not even just his ability to play football. His ability to play football is going to get him in places where he needs to be, in places like people are talking about him. Right. The thing is that if you want to compare Slater, and then Slater has like a great coach, right? And then Penei has doesn't have a great coach.
Doesn't have a great coach.
So I think it would be like this. So like if you can see, it would be like this. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like not one is like super greater than the other, but like depending on how you look at it, it'd be like here you got 1A and 1B. You know what I mean? 1A and 1B. And the 1B would obviously be Sewell. Right. But if he does have the great coaching, he can potentially be one of the top, that we ever see. We can get him at Marshall Yonda, Jonathan Ogden. Not to reference the Ravens, but those are great linemen in the league. The
so he just goes to a whole other level, and that the Whitworth there. Like Penei can't control who his coach is, and I'm not trying to knock his coach, but we all know Northwestern has great coaching there. So if you were to give him a great offensive line coach with that, there's much more that he could possibly do. And I referenced the Tim Duncan analogy, right? Even though obviously Shaq did have Phil Jackson, I'm just going to say let's talk about Shaq from the Magic days and Tim Duncan. Tim always had Popovich. That was a great coach. He had it for his whole career. So, there were advantages that he had that maybe Shaq didn't have if he would have had someone like a Popovich or something like that from a coaching staff. So that's a great point that you brought up there as well, because I never even thought about it that way. Right. But this dude, bruh.
He just got a little tenacity, more tenacity to him. A little mean streak.
Yeah,
You know
he
what I
definitely
mean?
got that mean streak.
I mean, he could be our next, Munoz, Willie Anderson / Whitworth.
Two
You
of them.
know what I mean? He could be
Right.
that next guy for us. You know what I mean? And we just the thing is though this is just a whole different a different subject, but we just need a different coach there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a whole other conversation.
Because people try to act like a head coach don't affect certain positions, but they do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they do.
So, like one thing I want to say, I saw him wave his hand there. What do you think about? It seems like the Bengals want to run like a zone blocking scheme. Which one of those guys would fit better for that?
For zone blocking?
Zone blocking. That's what Frank Plylick likes to run is the zone blocking scheme. And I know you guys are probably writing in the comments. We're gonna get right to those. But
I would say Slater, to be honest with you,
Slater's
in zone blocking, but it's not to say that Penei can't. I mean, Sewell can easily adapt to that because he's a. If you look at him, he loves coming forward and coming up the field and getting to the second level, and that's how the Cleveland Browns are. Like they are hat on a hat type of run blocking, pass blocking type of the AFC North in your face, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah,
bro. Like this is what I need blocking for Joe Burrow right here. Let's watch this play right here, man. This is what I need, bro. I need that to be a Steeler. I need that to be a Steeler right there. TJ Watt, let me sit you down real. Like that's what this offensive line is missing. And I think we saw some of it with Quentin Spain. He just sprung that right there. This tape also looks better than the USC tape. To me, from what we've seen,
the competition is lower though.
It's lower. Yeah, Colorado.
Yeah, Colorado ain't been good since
the Buffalo. They still run with the Buffaloes out there. They still do that before the game.
Yeah. Who was their coach back in the day? I forget what his name is. It'll come to me, but yeah.
I think I picked this one because they scored a lot of points.
I mean, you still want to see how he does, See if he still
scored a lot of points.
See if he's still, being tenacious with his blocking. If he's not taking plays off, because it seemed like Patrick Surtain was playing to his competition.
Yeah, see, I haven't noticed any plays off. You could tell that this kid is like you said, you've said it plenty of times in this. He's a football player, right? We're seeing that. Boom. Straight up. Easy. So no worries if we have an average edge rusher coming after him.
Yeah.
He's gonna be good.
Yeah. And my thing is like with him and Slater, it's like if we already had him and then we added Slater, it would just be
What do you think about adding him to Jonah Williams though? How do you feel about that?
I would have to see more film on Jonah Williams. Okay. I would have to see more film on Jonah Williams. Mostly who I was paying attention to on the line this year was Michael Jordan, Bobby Hart, and whatnot. But from what I understand, Jonah Williams is a versatile offensive lineman. So I was saying I was saying we have Jonah Williams, Slater, and him, and we finally got a foundation at offensive line. You know what I mean? But you can't have your cake and eat it too. Right now, we just got to get our cake. Yeah,
my cake. I think the sweeter cake is
Penei. Yeah,
Penei. For sure. I think, like you said, so for me, 1A Penei, 1B Slater.
Yeah.
I can see why people would get caught up, and sometimes I don't try to be like the guy that's thinking about the physicals, but I think that there's a clear athleticism difference between them.
Yeah, and they say that Slater may be 6'3". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So for him to be smaller, you're talking about a pretty big difference between them. I would expect Slater to be moving faster than Penei, given that he's supposed to be lighter, but it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's not a knock on Slater, but if he is 6'4", good for him. But if he's not 6'4", he'll be an offensive guard.
All right, so I don't think that there's any more need to watch any more of that film. Mm-hmm. Just your final takeaways from Penei. What are your final thoughts on him as a prospect?
Tenacious blocker, finishes to the whistle. He has some technique issues that can be fixed because he's just dominating his competition. You won't do that in the NFL, but at the same time, he probably will at some point. But we want him to be a more well-rounded offensive lineman. And with the right coach, with Frank Pollock, he should be able to get that done. And at the same time, also, his run blocking skills are head and shoulders above Slater's. I don't want to keep comparing him to Slater, but Sewell definitely is a surefire pick at 5 for our situation. People want to bring up Jamar Chase and other wide receivers. Like for us right now, what we have to get done and what we're trying to get done and where we're trying to get to, a receiver at 5 for us is just, I don't care who it is. It's not something we need. It's not something we need.
All right, so I'm just gonna run through a couple of the comments. Shout out to Josh Holland. He says, "What's up, fellas? Appreciate that, Josh."
Hey, how's it going?
Spectrum, athletic but not technically sound. Yeah, I can agree with that. That's cool. Somebody says Chase. Love his hand technique. I don't know if he's talking about Slater or if he was talking about Penei. Someone says he does have LT size. Penei is only 20. That's a great point.
Well,
Slater is 22. Slater should be mentally better than Penei at this point. Penei is only 20, and that's him only playing 2 years. So that's the other factor too, because both of them took this season off. They opted out, right? But
that'll be better for them. Not all that wear and tear on your body.
Not all that wear and tear, especially on something like,
especially when you're young. Like, you know what I mean. Now, if they were in like they mid, if you miss a year, you 28, 29. Like that's not the time to miss. This is the time to miss when you're young still. You don't have that wear and tear, so you won't put as much wear and tear on your body.
So someone says Chase Pitts, Fairley, any of them will be studs. The Bengals got to grab one. We actually had someone on Twitter say we need to cut the tape on Fairley, so we'll have to check him out. Kayvon Thibodeau is the one that I said practice day in and day out versus Penei. That's the guy that's supposed to be the top edge rusher. You said who is Fairley?
Mm-hmm.
He's a corner. Him and Surtain are supposed to be the top corner. One of them are going to be the top corner in the draft. So we looked at Patrick Surtain, but we didn't watch Fairley. So Fairley's supposed to be.
I'll give to give my opinion on a cornerback at 5. I'll watch Fairley first.
Someone says trade down and get Darisaw. I think somebody else said that we need to look at Darisaw. Someone says you could trade down and get Slater. Yeah, that's true. But are you gonna pass on someone with the athleticism and size of Penei?
If he's there, you gotta take him.
No.
Yeah, if Penei is there, you gotta take him.
And that's the thing. It sounds good in theory to trade down, but what if you trade down and miss out on Penei and Slater? Then what? You go with Darisaw. Now you're at the third tackle in the draft, and that's not to say that guy isn't gonna be as good, or whatever. But then you're kind of rolling the dice there. So I think with me not knowing how things can play out behind you, if somebody else is thinking about trading up,
we've missed out on a lot of good offensive linemen trading back.
Yeah, we have. So, I don't know.
What's the lineman that the Steelers drafted a few years ago?
You're talking about man, and I was so mad that we didn't take him. He's a guard. He ended up okay because we got Zeitler.
Yeah, but it was the other dude. What was his name? It started with a C. I think his last name started with a C.
The only thing is that dude has been better than Zeitler still.
Yeah, and that's what we could have got him if we didn't trade down. Remember, we traded back, and then we got Zeitler.
Man, don't remind me about
The
that. The
Castro.
Castro.
Yeah,
The Castro. Yeah. We all wanted the Castro. I remember that.
Right.
We were like,
David
oh,
the
we can get
Castro.
David the Castro. And then,
Yeah.
we got Zeitler, which that's not bad, but
Right.
the Castro, I think, has widely been considered better than Zeitler, slightly better.
Yeah.
And I think that's what you could end up with this situation, right? Like it could be like that with Penei and Slater, right?
Yeah, the 5 you could if at 5 Slater not there. I mean, if at 5 Sewell's not there, you take Slater. At 5 is Sewell's there.
They want us to do Darisaw too. Apparently, they saying just cut the tape on Darisaw before y'all assume he's not on the level of Sewell and Slater. This dude is big and athletic, and he can be moved. He can be blocking on the 3rd level. Okay, man, y'all want to cut the tape on everybody. We're gonna try to get as many as we can.
Mayfield, he went to Michigan.
I know you.
Nah, we don't do Michigan guys over here, bro.
Somebody was saying, weren't we on Kyle Pitts a few weeks ago? I'm just gonna say this. If you go back to the very first time that I've ever talked about the draft, period, I've always had Penei as my number 1 guy. Mm-hmm. When it came to the point where it was shaky that we might not get Penei, for me, the second guy has always been Kyle Pitts. So Kyle Pitts for me, like that, and I'm not saying that that's going to happen because I think in a realistic world, you have to think about Jamar Chase being considered because Joe Burrow will have a voice in that room. But for me, it's always been Penei, number 1. This just reaffirmed that. When I talk to certain people, like when Willie Anderson tells me that this guy is going to be generational, he's special, I listen. Willie knows everything about offensive line to me. Like I played receiver, corner, running back. I never played offensive tackle. I know the importance of the trenches and all of that. I could not tell you or evaluate, a lineman. That's like me trying to tell you what a great kicker would be. I couldn't tell you the first thing about what a great kicker is going to be because I never played the position. But for me, it's always been Penei first and Kyle Pitts. Now we still haven't gotten to Kyle Pitts, but we've already seen him flash on other
people's tape. And my thing is this: if they take Kyle Pitts and say Sewell is gone, they take Kyle Pitts. I don't have a problem with that.
Andrew is asking, is Micah Parsons in this conversation?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely
cut the tape on. Go watch that film and then ask me that again. And no, he is far from the conversation. He is not in the conversation at all.
I thought the way I was hearing about him, I'm thinking he was going to be, Rolando McClain without the off the field trouble. And,
I was,
and I didn't see none of that. I didn't see any of that from him.
Yeah, we thought that he was just going to be crazy. But one thing we'll try to do, we'll try to get as many of these out as we can. If you are a channel member, there may be special requests that I will take for those people that are channel members. So if you are a channel member, I will be able to verify that. But let me know if you are a channel member, which one you would like to see. I would definitely make a request for that. We'll try to get through as many of these as we can. Shout out to my guy, 2 Will Photo, Hude. Appreciate you, bro. Does a lot of behind the scenes work for us here on the channel. So appreciate that. But we're going to keep these things going. I know you guys want Kyle Pitts. We'll probably bring that one. We may look at Darisaw. I like that one too. Christian Darisaw, I think with us having this offensive line thing, he may be the last guy that we do on that though. So we have done Slater. We've done Penei. We'll probably do Darisaw and wrap that up. And then we'll keep going. Appreciate my man Colton for the $5 the super chat. Thanks for the contact.
Thank you, my good sir,
for listening, paying attention to us. I know you guys enjoy this. We appreciate bringing it to you. Coach, before we get out of here, was there anything you wanted to say?
No, sir. But Hude every day, especially on Sunday. How about that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this has been Cut the Tape On. Thanks for watching.